Okay, so today's story, right, we'll be looking at Jephthah, the next judge, the judge after Gideon. So it's the fifth cycle already, fifth sin cycle. So you will read about Jephthah in chapter 11, verses warrior, but then he was a son of a prostitute. The father also had another wife who bore him sons. So this description reminds us a bit of Avimelech, like, again, another illegitimate kid over here. But then the difference is that he was identified as a mighty warrior right from the beginning. So then when the enemies come, Ammonites came, the leaders immediately recognized him as a leader, somebody who can deliver them, to help them. But notice that it's the leaders, it's not God who raised him up. So this one is a little bit of a warning signal over there already. The leaders wanted him to be the one to help to fight the enemies. So of course Jephthah agrees, and long story short, God delivered them. And over there was some negotiation that went on. Okay, that displayed some kind of wisdom in Jephthah. But we saw something very disturbing about Jephthah, even as he was in this negotiation with the leaders of Gilead. His terms include this. Okay, if you bring me home again to fight against MS, then the Lord gives them over to me, I will be your head. He has his terms. Okay, so you realize he's somebody who knows how to negotiate. And then when he speaks to the Ammonites, also same thing. The negotiation failed, but then he was able to put his points across. Very, very brilliant guy, in terms of talking. And then what happened was the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah as the negotiation with the Ammonites failed. And then he went over to the Ammonites, and of course he took them on. And after that, he was about to engage them, right? He did something very silly. He made a vow. He says, if you will give the Ammonites into my hand. You see what's the thing with this Jephthah, right? He sees his own people, he negotiates with them, right? If this, then that. But more about himself. If you want me to do this, then I should benefit. And of course, he negotiates with the people in Ammonites. Failed. Now he negotiates with God. If you give them into my hand, that means me again. What do I want to achieve through this? Lord, then if I have my way, you can have your way also. Then I'll give you a burnt offering. But it's pretty silly, the way he made this vow. He made a vow that anything that comes out from his house first to greet him on his way back from victory, that will be sacrificed to the Lord. Of course, he's not thinking of his animal coming out. He's just thinking of a human person, the first one that runs out. His thinking is just like the Canaanites, human sacrifice to please their gods. So you can see how Jephthah is behaving like that, and because of that promise, then the daughter also like him blah blah and said, okay, let's keep the promise, and she got burnt up I mean, literally that's what a burnt offering is, right? He's not trying to sidestep and say that, oh, it's just like the virginity, like she will remain a virgin for her life, that kind of thing. It's unlikely she would have been killed, sacrificed on fire. So it's okay, actually it's a bit like what we see in some of the things that we try to do also in our world, like everybody else in the world does, manipulation, right? We try to manipulate people. We can make promises that we can't keep. Very simple. I mean, on Sunday I mentioned, right, there are promises that we can make. Even in church, promise people health, wealth, and get them to come, and we can't deliver them, but we get them to come. We promise people, hey, this event are going to be exciting, going to be very interesting, very fun. Then people come and, wow, man, it's so boring. It's like wasting my time. Like you're not even doing what you say you will do. And And so people feel cheated, that kind of thing. So when we do things like that, manipulation, and sometimes we give empty promises, we need to think that there is a better way of doing things, doing things God's way. Actually, for the case of Jephthah, he should have turned down the request. For Jephthah, he knew that he probably is going on his hot steam. They should inquire of the Lord, as they did right from the beginning. When Israel came together and inquire of the Lord, that should have been the case. But in this case, no. It was human negotiation, human manipulation. And the ending is very tragic, if we read on. So what do we do as believers? We live by the Spirit. We should keep in step with the Spirit as well. In any times of crisis, instead of trying to manipulate, maybe this is what we need to do. Keep in step with the Spirit, come together as people of God, or on our own, seek God, look at His Word, and find wisdom from His Word. That is the wisest thing to do. And of course, to pray to God and ask Him for guidance. This is something that sometimes is quite painful, because we don't hear an audible voice, and we'll rather take matters in our own hands, which can prove to be very catastrophic. And so today's word for us is this: keep in step with the Spirit, and may that be a thought that keeps us going along the week.